Hey guys, I hope everyone's doing well. Just rolling in the truck here, going to jiu-jitsu on the way. Got the black German Shepherd with me, Storm. But in any event, wanted to make this video because I know that a lot of guys are struggling out there with getting laid, getting women, and I just had some tips that I think were going to be useful. And look, I only share what works for me. I don't speak hypotheticals. I try to really keep things to my experience. So here goes, guys, and hope that you guys get something out of this video. And if you do, hit the subscribe button and stay tuned for more videos. But here's number one. Number one, get off of social media. If you're not on social media because you're marketing a business or you're selling something online, you are wasting a fuckload of time. And look, we all do it in this day and age. I'm guilty of it myself. Look, I love to watch old Sopranos episodes. I like to watch old episodes of Curb Your Enthusiasm because it's funny as hell, and it's a comfort to me, But I can go overboard with that, right? I can binge watch that at nighttime when I should be getting to sleep. So look, we're all guilty of it, but when it comes to getting laid, you got to get off the fucking Instagram. All that is basically softcore porn right now. You got to get off the TikTok. You got to get off even the Facebook dating, because the Facebook's going to put people you may know, and it's going to be nothing but fake, models that are really bots. All right, and what it's doing is it's just your mind gets obsessed with these little dopamine hits that you get from looking at these images of these attractive women. You got to get off the dating sites, okay? Look, guys, there's no substitution for organic, natural interaction with the members of the opposite sex. Also, it builds a lot of strength and character. I was listening to Scott Galloway, NYU professor. He's written a bunch of books. He talks about masculinity a lot. I think he's very insightful, and I think he has a very good handle on and a good analysis on things. I definitely suggest that you guys follow Scott Galloway. He's a real voice of reason in a very bifurcated space right now when it comes to things like masculinity. But guys, when you approach a woman, and naturally you just go up to her, you talk to her, you're developing certain virtues in yourself, and you got to understand that you're developing things like courage. You're developing courage. Why? Because most guys are afraid to talk to women, right? You're developing the strength of character to rise above rejection, right? That skill in itself is very important in becoming an entrepreneur, taking risk, right? It's also important in, look, the most overcompensated employees in any organization is the sales force. So, that is a vital skill to be good at sales, and any sales, doesn't matter what you're selling. So those skills, when you start only talking to women in the flesh, are gonna start getting stronger. Because here's the thing, when you're sitting around, remember what kind of people create these apps. These tech nerds, these autistic fucking nerds that create Facebook, Meta, whatever, and Google, and Tesla, and fucking Instagram, and YouTube, and whatever fuck else, Snapchat. These people are fucking nerds. All the people that created dating apps like Tinder and Bumble, these are a bunch of autistic fucking nerds who no matter how much money they have, they're still fucking nerds. You could still kick their ass. So you know what? I wouldn't trade places with them no matter how much money they have. But that's besides the point. But these type of people they're intelligent, obviously, but they're socially awkward. And, you know, a lot of times people create things because it satisfies their own need for something. And then they find out that they have their own need to fulfill a need in themselves is actually a similar need that a lot of people have. And so a lot of people are using these dating platforms, and a lot of these guys get dependent on them to meet anybody of the opposite sex, because they're really they lack self-esteem, they don't believe in themselves, they don't have confidence, they don't have any belief in themselves, and they're afraid. They're just pussies. They're afraid to talk to women. And, you know, look, I've always been thought of in my group of friends, no matter what group of friends, as absolutely fearless when it comes to talking with women. And look, I get rejected all the time, but I also get laid more than most of my friends that I know. I also have you know, been with a lot of women. And the reason that I've been with a lot of women is because I talk to a lot of women, and I engage with a lot of women, and I have no fear, and I don't give a fuck if they reject me or not, because it really is, in my mind, and I really believe in the deepest part of my soul that it's their loss, you know. And I stopped listening to other people tell me that I would come on too strong, that I was too direct, that I was too forward, you know, because look, that's just the way I am. Like, I don't play games. Like, I'm not someone to fuck with. Like, I'm a serious motherfucker, you know. It's my personality. Like, I have a very direct approach. I'm not looking to fuck around. I don't give a fuck what your favorite color is. I don't care what your birthday is. I don't care what your sign is. Hey, you know, like everything is about leading up to the date, which is leading up to get to the lay, and that is the win, and that is the slay, that is the win, that is the conquering. So, you know, when I'm talking to a girl, it's about, you know, get her attention, flirt with her a little bit, you know, try to get some mutual interest, get the number, set the date, and get the fuck on out. Bang, you know, just bang, bang, bang. I'm not looking to sit up there and you know, have a fucking 15-minute conversation about the weather. I don't care. I really don't give a fuck what comes out of her mouth personally, unless when I get to know her. Now if I get to know her and, you know, actually she's you know, got some substance, okay, then now we're talking about a different story. But guys, you'd have to work your social skill muscle with women. It's not, you can read all the books you want, you can pick up the game, you can listen to all these fucking nerds on YouTube trying to, you know, get you to sign up for their coaching programs and their one-on-one. Like, there's enough free content on here that you should be able to figure out how to position yourself to where you should feel confident going up to a woman and talking to her. Like, and this is the deal, right? Be in shape, have a sense of style that you're proud of, that's unique to you, have a presence, do interesting things, like do things that you're proud of that you can talk about, like whatever it is that you're about. If you're a martial artist, if you're a fitness person, if you're a musician, if you're an artist, if you're an intellectual, if you're, you know, whatever the fuck you are, it doesn't matter. But like, be doing interesting stuff that you can talk about with and with confidence and with conviction, you know. That's what you got to do. Have a sense of style, have cool friends, be able to share interesting stories, adventures, travel, like do shit that's uniquely to you. And when you start doing that, and when you start to understand who you are and what your personality is and what is authentic to you, like for me, like I don't do cheesy little, like, you know, witty banter back and forth. It's not my style. And if I tried to do that, like, it would come off unnatural. I'm a stone cold killer. I'm quiet. I'm calculated. Everything I say is leading up to the next thing that I'm gonna say. You know, to me, getting laid is like, it's like, a lot of it is like jujitsu. A lot of it is like boxing. You know, like, you know, you're going. It's a battle. It's a battle to, you know, it's not necessarily a battle, but it's like a chess game, right? You know, because here's the thing, like, look, women want to have sex too, but women don't want to be a slut. So they want to fuck, but they don't want to think that they gave it up too easy. So you got to make them think that you know, you're gonna stick around, that you're not like the other guys, that you know. So, and once you get laid enough, like once you get to a point where you've been on enough one night stands, you've been to Colombia, you've been to Thailand, you've been in all these places, you fucked a lot of women, and it doesn't really, you know, it's not really that much of a conquest anymore. Then you really want to start finding girls that you can just have a good time with and that you enjoy being around. You know, that's the best, where you can really be yourself, drop your guard, talk shit, laugh together, have a good time. Like that's all the best. But you know, most of these girls are empty as fuck. So you just find them, feel them, fuck them, and forget about them. You know what I mean? That's the name of the game. For most situations. Now, once you find a good woman, if that's what you want, then you should treat her with respect and do right by her and be an honorable man with her. But the thing is, guys, is you're never gonna. That's the one thing. That's the one thing I'm gonna talk. There's other things, but getting off of social media and forcing yourself to fucking actually go up to girls in everyday situations at the look. I've gotten laid so many times at Whole Foods. I get girls at Whole Foods. I fuck girls that I met at the coffee shop, the gym. I mean, I did have a 3-year relationship that came out of the gym, but you know, the gym is a little tricky because the gym, especially if you're serious about fitness and you're consistently going, you know, like that's your gym you go to 4, 5, 6 days a week. You know, you don't want to be like hitting on girls there and then you get rejected. Now you got to see those girls, you know, and then you got to hope that they come in at a different time and it's awkward. So it's like, I would really suggest, unless like, you know, whatever, let's say you're in sales and you do like, you're an outside sales rep and you go from place to place to place, and you know what, like whatever, like you're at a place that's, I don't know, 30-40 minutes out away from your home gym that you never really go to, and boom, you pop in an LA Fitness and you just get a workout in and you see some girl and you want to go over and spit game to her, whatever. Okay, now that's not the worst thing in the world, but I really wouldn't start hitting on girls that you go to the gym all the time with. It's just a recipe for disaster. But anywhere, you could go to any place. You could go to, a bar. You could go to a salsa club. Like you can go to the library, the Whole Foods, a yoga class. Again, you gotta kind of have to be a little careful there. Probably don't want to, hit on a girl the first class you go to. Kind of feel it out, see who's open, see who's eyeing you, see who's looking at you, because most of the guys that go to yoga classes are fags, but every now and then there's some badasses that go there that are just, looking to clean up. So, that is what it is. So, guys, always be on the lookout for opportunities to talk to girls, There's no rules. Like, I've met girls, there's no place I haven't met women. I've met women, in the most awkward, or in the most strange ways that you would never believe. But that's the deal. And don't listen to fucking pickup artists, because they're just gonna fucking try to get you to pay money to do a course or do some coaching calls. And here's the thing, like I said, unless you're fit, unless you're doing cool shit, unless you got a good group of friends, unless you've got things that you can talk about that with that you could brag about, not like in an arrogant way, but in like a confident way. Like, yeah, I'm in a band, I play guitar, I'm great at guitar, I practice every day, or I'm really into boxing, I'm trying to, preparing for a fight, I'm really into fitness, I work out 5 days a week, whatever. I'm an artist, I'm working on this sculpture, it's fucking awesome, look at this, whatever. I really like to go fishing and hunting, and I go to really badass fucking places like Alaska and Wyoming and do deep sea fishing or whatever. Like you need to have something like that to talk about, because if you have something like that to talk about, Jesus, fucking A, people are so fucking just weak, unaware of themselves. But if you have shit like that going on, guys, you're going to see talking to women is going to be a lot easier. So that's my advice. I don't like to go past the 15-minute mark, but I've given you guys some gold nuggets. And the big one really is get the fuck off that social media. Stop looking at pictures of girls. Force yourself to go out there and talk to women and keep on talking to them and keep on flirting with them and keep on asking them out until you start to get a couple dates lined up, and then we'll talk about the next step. I'm out.